Hey, I'm CDiinky. Alright guys, in today's video I'll be going over how you can go ahead and cheese the hedge broodmiller. Now this isn't a regular cheese. What you're going to need to do in this video is you're going to need to have a lot of resources for either splinter traps or just the other traps. I don't know what they're called, the thistle needle traps, whatever they're called. But anyways, just before we get into today's video, I have just uploaded some new emojis to our memberships chat. The membership starts at $1.49 Australian, so if you would like to support the channel and get these sick new emotes, please feel free to join the memberships down below. With that all out of the way, we are going to go into what is inside this chest, which is going to be the way to cheese the hedge broodmiller. Now, all these ingredients here, the ash, cement, wooden splinters, and lintrope are all needed to craft these splinter traps. Now, why do I have a bunch of them in a chest? And also, why are they not analyzed? Because I'm in a custom world and I just decided to spawn these in to make it easier for you guys. So how can we go ahead and cheese the hedge broodmiller? Well, it is pretty simple. Unfortunately, you are going to need to be in New Game Plus. You can do this outside of New Game Plus, but it's going to be a lot more difficult for you. The only reason why we are saying in New Game Plus is because in New Game Plus, you guys get the handy gnat. And if you did not know, you can build anything where your character is standing. Let's say if my character is standing here with these resources in this chest, and I go all the way, say, to the stump lab, all the way in the upper yard, I can place items because Hoops is here and is collecting resources out of this chest. So with that in mind, we are going to have Hoops or any character in front of a chest full of our splinter trap resources, as well as either just grass planks or like burr stems or even weed stems to go ahead and pick these guys up. And we are going to need to pick up a bunch of them. So I'm just going to do this for demonstration. Obviously, you're going to need a lot more than just 25. So you want to go in your hand nap mode, get grass planks, get your bird traps, whatever. And what you're going to need to do is make your way through the hedge broodmiller arena. Now, when we are in this arena, it is going to be a little bit odd because it's going to break your immersion for sure. But if you're in a heady nap mode, you can go through any of these holes, for example, this one right here, and you will go outside of the map. There are other ways to go outside the map, such as like the porch all the way down that way, but this is the easiest way and quickest way that I've found to get in here. So now, once you're outside of the map, you want to go down to the bottom of the arena, and for some reason, the devs decided to put a plank here or an oak tree log here for some reason, and we can actually use this to our advantage. So what we are going to need to do is we're going to need to go ahead and place a bunch of grass planks. Probably the more the better. So now we've gone ahead and got our grass planks on this area, what we need to do now is just put splinter traps, because what we are going to focus on is when the hedge broodmiller roars, her roar actually goes outside of the arena. So, and for some reason, her roars can hit splinter traps and the splinter traps hit her back. So pretty much after the very first phase or her scream, the hedge broodmiller should theoretically die. Now, this is by no means a very cost-efficient way to kill the hedge broodmiller. If you're just struggling killing her, I would recommend this, but this isn't something that you should do every single time because this is pretty much a one-time use. Now, what you're going to need to do is just place a bunch of spike traps around this little area. Obviously, I'm in creative mode, so these cost no resources, but I don't think these cost too much anyways. But just so you know that this is probably going to be a one-time use. So if you're struggling and you just want to go ahead and kill the hedge broodmiller to get the infused daggers for some reason, you can go ahead and do this. Now, obviously, the more spike traps we place, the better it is going to be. So just make sure you place as much as you can until you feel comfortable. Now, there's really no gear recommended for this. All you need to do is get her down to the first phase, which is relatively easy. So I'm going to go ahead and have the Spice Katana. And I would recommend playing this on WoW mode because the bosses deal more damage on WoW mode. And also, it might work on medium and mild, but the damage from the spike traps might be a bit lowered. I'm not too sure how the spike traps really work, but just recommend putting it on WoW mode regardless. Let's go ahead and save our game just in case we need to save reload if the hedge broodmiller has the high defense modifier, because if she does, it's going to make it a lot harder for the spike traps to kill her in one hit. There's no point buffing up our character. Here we are. We're going to hit the hedge broodmiller a few times. She does not have the heavy defense modifier, but she does unfortunately have the lifesteal, which her screams are going to proc off all of our buildings. So this might not work, so let's go ahead and just take her down to her first phase. And she is going to scream, and just like that, half of her HP is gone. But because she has lifesteal, if you can see here, all of her HP just got gained back. So make sure she does not have the high defense or the lifesteal modifier, because the lifesteal actually procs off your building. So make sure she doesn't have the high defense or the lifesteal on hit. So let's go ahead and load this one again. So I've been trying to kill the hedge broodmiller a few times, and because I'm in a high New Game Plus, such as New Game Plus 4, I'm going to need to place a lot more spike traps. Now, obviously, every single time she's going to screech, all these are going to break. So would I recommend this at all? Absolutely not. I would not recommend this in high New Game Pluses. This only would realistically work like maybe New Game Plus 1 to 2 possibly. I would not recommend doing this in New Game Plus 4 because I'm using just so many resources on these splinter traps just to kill her once, when theoretically I could just spend like 5 minutes actually killing her myself, you know? Alright, so I'm back, and as you can see here, we have at least like over 200 splinter traps. This is going to cost us a lot of resources just for one hedge Brumella kill. Let me tell you, fingers crossed she does not have the high defense and the lifesteal modifiers once again, because like I said previously, if she does, this will not work whatsoever. So just make sure to save reload. And no, she doesn't. She has just the other modifiers. We are also going to be on Woe mode because Woe mode does more damage with these splinter traps. And on her first phase, when she screams, all the traps should break and she should die here, possibly. And just like that, we have killed the hedge Brumella by hitting her just a few times. Actually, that was on medium difficulty. I kind of forgot I changed it from medium to high. So that was medium difficulty, and we have killed the hedge Brumella. Now we can go ahead and loot her. We didn't get lucky getting any infused weapons. But if you want to look at the damage that she dealt with her scream, let's go ahead and go outside the arena and check, and you'll probably see all these splinter traps would be gone. And no, on medium difficulty, these splinter traps actually do stay alive for like maybe 1 to 2 attempts. So, with that being said, this can work multiple times now. I've just myth-busted my own theory. So if you play on medium difficulty, this is New Game Plus 4, if you have a crap ton of splinter traps, this can be repeated infinitely if you want to spend the time sitting here just repairing every single one with these hands out. Or you can come down here with the Black Ant Queen repair tool and just do an AoE repair. But just like that, simple as that. If you want to kill the hedge Brumella as quick as you can, and as, I don't want to say it's easy, this will take a lot of time to prepare, but this is now a permanent way to kill the hedge Brumella. Until the devs, of course, see this video and be like, let's go ahead and remove this stump and let's remove this little cheesy method. Now, funny enough, I wanted to see if this also worked with the other bosses that have damaging screams, such as the infected Brumella and the Mantis boss fight, and it does. But I do not have a 100% guaranteed way to kill the Mantis using these splinter traps at the moment. For right now, I don't know how to get underneath the map or like in an area where the Mantis can scream and all these spike traps can affect her at once. So I just placed them all on this one side of the arena, hoping that she can go ahead and screech and it procs all these splinter traps. When we're fighting the Mantis, we want to get her over to the corner of the arena, like just over here, so she can get all of the modifiers on her. Or all the splinter traps, I should say. Somehow still get bleed modifiers from that. Okay, here we go. She's about to scream. Does this kill her? It does damage, but it does not kill her. Let's go ahead and see how much damage she did deal on our splinter traps. So let's go ahead and just heal up real quick. So when she screamed, we can see where she screamed. She screamed just over here and procced all of these splinter traps. So I would like to say this does work with the Mantis as well. I just don't have a good placement for all the splinter traps. I don't think there is a way to cheese the Mantis. It's probably a way to get her like really low if you want to try this, but maybe if she screams a few times it will kill her. So this can work as well, but it's not as effective as the hedge Brumella. And for the infected Brumella all the way down there in the haze, I'm pretty sure this would work as well, but she has multiple phases, so that would not be worth it in the slightest. So there we go. The splinter traps do affect the boss screams, and with that being said, I hope the devs see this video and they're like, let's leave this in the game. Let's not nerf this or make it that bosses don't get hit by splinter traps, because everything we find in this game, the devs always somehow nerf or change, and I don't like it. If the devs would like to keep this, I would be really thankful, because it costs way too many resources and it can be repeatable. So with that said, guys, hope you guys did enjoy this video, and please make sure to check out the memberships, as I'm really proud of the new emojis. It's only $1.50 AUD a month. So with all that said, guys, if you guys did enjoy today's video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe and even a comment down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.